Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
what if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with App Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik?
And Kelly.
And this week we watched The Mummy, the 1999 version, directed by Stephen Sommers, written by Stephen Sommers, Lloyd Fonneville, and Kevin Jarre, starring Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and John Hannah. IMDb synopsis: at an archaeological dig in the ancient city of Hamunaptra, an American serving in the French Foreign Legion accidentally awakens a mummy who begins to wreak havoc as he searches for the reincarnation of his long-lost love. So what do you guys think?
This is probably one of my favorite, like, monster movies. So I've seen this movie a lot since I was a kid. My aunt used to play this thing all the time, and I really like this movie. So yeah, I like it a lot. I think that the action was not that bad. The CGI is a lot worse than I remember.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's to be expected. But overall, I always really enjoyed this movie. So it's nice to see Brendan Fraser not be a chunk.
Yeah. I think
He's a hunk. He didn't have to see on until later on.
I think it fits the way this movie is, though, the CG and stuff like that, though. Like, it's not, you know, it does have some serious stuff, but it's pretty campy in general, and it works with what it's doing. You know, it's not, you know, trying to be super scientific or anything like that. It's a fucking monster movie, a remake of, you know, a 1930s movie and all that stuff. So it's just, I don't know, enjoy it. I like that kind of the feel of it, the way it plays out and stuff. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with it. Like I said, so every single family holiday ever, this was one of the movies my aunt would put on, because nobody, like, you know, my family's pretty opinionated. Imagine that.
Yeah, who would have thought?
You turn on almost anything, and it's like, oh, what are we watching, this crap? Or turn this shit off. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a rough go. You can't just show up and be like, yep, we're gonna watch this, because everybody'd be like, turn this crap off. Because that's what they did. But you know, that's how people are.
Yeah.
That's family for you.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it is good to see Brendan Fraser. I've been watching Doom Patrol, and he's fucking great in that. But you know, he's a giant robot man, so he doesn't have to do a lot of physical acting. He's just, I don't know if he's actually in the suit or not, but you know, he's voice acting, and he does a pretty good job. So it's nice to see him out there.
It looks like he's in there. That's for sure.
You say it really looks like he's in there?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking it up right now. What'd you think of it, Kelly?
Dude, it's been a while since I've seen it. It's been at least like 13, 15 years, and I had a hard time concentrating because I was a little boy jumping all over me. Basically the whole movie. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I had to ask Erik, like, was the CGI like good at the time? Because that one part where the mummies go into that like blue little bath thing full of other souls and stuff was just like very comical. But yeah, I like it. You know, I was excited to watch it again.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think CG at this time was like, they wanted to do, I think I don't know, new technology came out or something like that, or maybe it just got cheaper, and so many movies wanted to do it, and it was just so poorly done that, like, you know, it's dated. Like, it looked, I'm sure back then we were like, holy crap, that looks awesome. But nowadays, except for Star Wars, which looked like crap then and still looks like crap, you know, the prequels, at least the Phantom Menace, I can't remember. I don't know, we've watched the other ones for the podcast, but I don't know. It just seems like that time period, they just don't hold up anymore. And nowadays, I feel like they've gotten more used to doing like practical effects for as much as they can. But what they end up doing is now they do like what they've done in The Mandalorian and other things like that, where everything else is CG. All the set pieces and stuff are all CG, and then they have a bunch of practical stuff with some CG touch-ups and stuff. So it's a little, I don't know, it's just less moving stuff, I think. Because I think when stuff starts moving, that's when it gets harder to do. I'm sure in 20 years, we're going to look at the stuff now and go, wow, this looks like shit. What were we talking about then? So, but.
Well, like the same thing with video games. Like the first thing that brings into mind was the Lara Croft.
Oh, like the old
Lara,
school?
right?
Yeah, Lara.
Yeah, like her boobs. She had like the
triangle boobs.
Were like triangle boobs.
Yeah.
And then now they're like jugs. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, that's how things just work. You know.
I think the video games proportioned are a lot better now because they're actually like they're actually scanning a real person to get the new stuff. Like back then, it was a bunch of fucking thirsty nerds making a triangle woman. So, but yeah, I get
oh my god!
Oh man.
Just it. Well, you remember being, you know, we were both teenagers at the time.
Yeah.
You know what we were thinking. We were like, oh my god.
I like those 3x3 titties.
Yeah, that's it. They look like the pyramids.
We got a whole 4 polygons on them things.
Yeah. Boys are just. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard to be one. Because you're just such a dumb shit, you know.
I think in retrospect, like looking back, it's definitely hard to be one. You're thinking about it, going, "Oh, fucking idiot."
Well, now I'm raising a boy, and I definitely see like, oh man.
Yeah.
I already see it.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking about this when we were playing Warframe, but Benny and I'm like, man, this guy speaks to me with the loot, looking for that fucking loot. That's my video game persona right there, looking for that loot. Except I'm better at running away than Benny is. Except for that first.
Video game.
Yeah, I'm still talking video games. I don't loot in real life, and I also am not very good at running away in real life. So, but my video game persona, definitely Benny there. I always think like making a D&D character. If I make like a priest or something like that, I want to do like that Benny thing where he's got all the different symbols on him to try to ward off anything that he can fucking come across. Because I don't know, I always thought that was funny as fuck, and just having a D&D character pull all these fucking symbols out trying to stop something from getting him would be funny to me. So, but it fucking worked for him here, I guess, because he spoke the slave language or some shit. But still,
yeah.
It's I watched this with my daughter, and the scarabs grossed her out, and I'm like, that's pretty gross to me too. Fucking nasty. Climbing in the guy's skin and stuff like that. Ugh, gross. So nasty.
I guess the one part I actually remembered from watching it so long ago was the damn scarabs.
Yeah. Do they actually do that?
Well,
oh no, they're cool. It's still, I don't want to go out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Do they actually do that though? Probably not, right?
Hopefully not.
They
Oh, we watched Rainbow.
No, Ryan's wrong.
I don't know what the fuck that. Yeah. Anyways, it was silent, so I can't keep reading. Yeah. So it was.
We're just like,
I was like,
yes.
why
Yeah.
isn't he reading? I actually thought that.
No, I have to.
No.
You know, I have to find the article
Are you
before
gonna
I
fucking
can.
read this or not. Bro?
I have to find the article before I can read it. So there we go.
Oh, come
Usually,
on, I've heard that one podcast where that kid does it with one hand and he talks the whole time.
what podcast?
So, Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah. you're not gonna be a young Jamie
No.
and type with one hand and. Oh no, that sounds wrong. So he's typing, googling with one hand, and he's running the switcher thing for everybody's face with the other hand.
Oh, I could do that, but I can't talk and read the stuff. Somebody's got to jabber on while I'm looking for the stuff.
Oh yeah. So I remember there's the beginning part with the hot lady. You know, the one that gets the guy in trouble. with her
Talking
hot-
about the past, like the stuff in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the past lady. And I'm gonna tell you what, you could tell in our house that that lady was on the screen because everybody'd be like having shit to say, and then they would just shut the fuck up for like 30 seconds. Was on the screen. It
Her
would just
30
get
second walk.
silent. Yeah. Kelly's probably witnessed me doing similar stuff. I think it's like some kind of a gene or something, but yeah. So it's like, oh, lady on the screen, shut up.
Oh yeah.
You know, that stuff's always pretty comical when you're doing stuff and the whole family. Like my grandpa's talking to my grandma, and then he just stops in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
And my grandma just shakes her head and wanders off. And he didn't even remember he was even talking to her. I
Oh
was
man.
like, hilarious. So that kind of stuff always cracks me up. You know, and I think I think the acting was all pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't think anybody did like a real bad job.
No,
You know,
wasn't cheesy in acting. No, it wasn't. It was.
no.
Yeah, I'm this doctor dude or whatever, and
I feel like somebody ought to show this to Tara Reid and then be like, hey, this is what we're going for with the whole Sharknado
Pretend-
thing. Do you see
yeah,
how
pretend
Rachel
like that-
Wise is like acting and she's that person? She's not pretending she's a robot lady.
We don't
Okay?
have to make her a robot about 4 movies in just to explain
Just to
away
fix
this
it?
bad shit.
Yeah. We got to fix this. She's having a real hard time acting. Why? I have no idea. Drugs. Wonder how many drugs that lady actually has done.
All of them.
She's probably done I would say she's probably done a lot. You know.
So scarabs are dung beetles. So they don't eat flesh. They just roll around poo.
ew.
Yeah.
There isn't that kind of a beetle at all.
There is a flesh-eating beetle, but like a scarab is a dung beetle. So, from what I'm finding, so
Well, that's lame.
I think they use scarab because that's just a beetle that we know, but or we know the name of, but
Right.
I think as far as I can tell, there are beetles that do eat flesh. It's just not a scarab. So these could definitely be a thing, but I think the ones that do eat the flesh, I don't think they're quick like these things either. They're not gonna fucking run at you like a swarm.
God, these things are just like the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, the swarming shit. Fuck that.
They had torches all
That's
over the
gonna be
place.
a
Why didn't
hard
they just
no for
torch
me.
everything? They could have just swung it in the way and did it stuff, but they're just shooting at them. That's gonna do much.
Well, because they're dumb. I mean, what they should have done apparently is just pull their pants down and poop on the ground.
Yeah. They would have just loved that.
And And the dung beetles have just been like, did they just do that? Hell yeah. Time to roll around in the shit. Let's roll this thing into a big pile. Then they get in a fight with each other. Take it. That's why you always got to have a guy with bowels on your team. Just those does it on accident. They just rip his pants off.
We're losing you, Eric. You're getting weird internet again.
Yeah, robot-y.
It's very weird that Kelly's doesn't do it at all, and you guys are on the same internet, right?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that whole scene though is kind of creepy. It's just fucking screw those scarabs. Don't want to deal with that shit. And then you get the mummy going in and like taking the guy's fucking tongue, and he took his eyes too, right?
God.
Yeah. Fuck that. Stuck in a fucking tomb. Can't see, can't talk. Although he definitely could talk because he was saying words you can't say without a tongue. So, whatever. Yeah. I think those Magi guys really needed some bombs and shit. They just need to blow the temple up to like bury it again or some shit. Figure out a way, landmine the fucking desert or some crap. Do something to scare these guys away, because that's, these same guys went out there twice. Obviously somebody knew about it before that because the French Foreign Legion was out there. And they didn't do a very good job. I mean, yeah, they got rid of the Foreign Legion the first time, but like 6 guys held them off. Come on. So, because none of the workers were really helping much. They were fucking hiding.
Well, I mean, I would be hiding too. You see how they treated them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking guys in there, and one of them falls down, and Brendan Fraser turns around. It's like, that guy's gonna die. I could grab him, but I'm gonna let the Beatles. Proves that son of a bitch. And then he died. He got turned into a skeleton instantly, but those crazy weird beetles. I'm gonna call them mummy beetles.
Mummy beetles? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Mummy beetles are terrible.
So they booby trapped Imhotep's body, his sarcophagus, and they didn't do it to the book at all. Like, why wouldn't you booby trap that thing? Like, why wouldn't you, like, when they pull that thing open, they should have put some kind of pressurized thing on that too, and like blasted fucking salt acid in somebody's face there too. They run out of their budget on the sarcophagus thing or something.
You know how hard it is to get good quality salt acid in those days?
Oh wait, no, they booby trapped the book, and they didn't booby trap his sarcophagus. The other way around. Sorry, I forgot.
The book was the dangerous part.
Yeah,
the book you can't raise that guy.
True. Why would you make the other book so hard to find? Because apparently that's the way to reverse it, and then they hid that thing. So,
I don't know. I mean, it's like if you have an easy way out of a situation, you would think that people would use it, but maybe somebody had a high interest in like a locust business or something, and they were like, you know what, me and my constituents want this book hidden so that you guys have to suffer with and I can sell these locusts to you after they eat all the cows.
You're just out there with a fucking net, like catching locusts and stuffing them in boxes and shit just to get them.
Yeah. And then they probably deep fry them and eat them. I'm sure you can eat those things if you cook them long enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
if you're starving to death, Kelly, you'd eat anything. Okay?
What's that called? Just like in Snowpiercer, right? They just mulch up a bunch of crickets and put them in your
As
food.
long as you can cook them, like some of the things just seem so slimy, and they're either slimy or they're crunchy. Like, texture thing. It's a texture thing.
But if they mulch them up in bars like they do in Snowpiercer, and then there's no crunch to them. They're just like gooey messes of whatever the hell they are.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody'd really complain if it was like a brownie.
Yeah.
Like if they just added a little chocolate flavoring to it, and they're like, man, they just keep feeding us these protein brownies. They're not that bad. Not that bad.
Well, yeah, it's obviously if you don't know it, then you're not gonna be like, oh god, unless it's like sticking out of the brownies. Like, that's not a walnut.
It's just like a leg or an antenna hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't mulch this batch up good enough.
Hmm.
You just see Eric out there, see it. Just kind of brush it up. Nah, it's all right.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Well, I mean, you're gonna starve to death if you don't eat it in that situation.
Yeah.
God, having to eat such a pain in the ass.
Yep.
I mean, thank God we don't live like back in the day when, you know. Okay, I should rephrase that. Thankfully, we live in a time and place where that's not that big of a deal. Like, there's fat homeless people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty good. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize what a gift to society that is. You know, because like, I mean, you look at like a picture of people in the 1890s. I challenge you to find a truly fat person. Except you like these ones don't count. Super rich folks.
Yeah,
They're
I was
not-
gonna say the rich folks. You probably could find some there.
Yeah, King George probably had at least some king probably had like toes cut off because of diabetes. 'Cause you know those
they got
fat
the gout
fucks
going
ate-
everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know those fucks ate a ton of goddamn sugar.
Yeah.
Looking now.
Hmm.
Looking.
George IV, fattest king.
How much did he weigh?
I'm looking it up, see if I can get anything.
Probably a stone or something. He weighed the equivalent of half a horse.
Yeah.
He was, or even worse, it just says he was almost as fat as Yo Mama, whoever that is.
I mean, there's some fucking real old ones, like fucking dudes back in BCE shit. So
Yeah. Well, they've had, you know, a way to make sugar since like a ton of time ago. So it's easy
there's a
to
guy
make
just
fat
named
and
there's a guy just named Charles the Fat.
Well, I mean, back in those days, that might even be like so weird that you know you'd be like a good. It'd be like a good thing.
Yeah, I mean that was like a sign of like prosperity and shit. So
Yeah, no shit. That's a lot of fucking prosperity. You know, they're just like, holy shit, this guy's rich as fuck. Correct. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, I thought this had The Rock in it for like 5 minutes, and it doesn't.
it's the next one.
Yeah, it's the next one, and I'm
Yeah.
over there like, where the hell's The Rock at? Damn it! This is
Well-
I totally
bullshit.
forgot he was in that.
See,
Yeah.
and I
That's been a while.
was thinking to myself, I was like, The Rock is definitely in that third one because it's really fucking bad. The third one is so fucking bad. And then I looked, I was like, oh no, he's in the second one. That was not a horrible movie. It just wasn't. It's not as good as this one.
Well, he's also in a movie called The Scorpion King.
Yeah, it's based
Which-
on
Right.
this whole thing. So same director.
Yeah.
You want to hear how much of a dum dum I am? Until I think tonight, I thought that the mummy guy who was getting all his power and all, you know, the main dude that that starts with the I, I already forgot, was Billy Zane. I thought
I could see
sometimes
that
he'll make
though.
it- Yeah, sometimes he'll look just like Billy Zane, and then he like will look a different direction or whatever, and you can see more of the like a different bone structure. And you're like, nope, that's not him. And then I'll go back to Billy Zane. It'll just like flip flop, flip flop. So I think he was still in it. I don't know.
Well, you know what's nuts about this? You know, you look at like the pyramids and stuff, and like seeing the fact that they did that always makes me wonder if maybe they had some kind of magic or something, like some technology that like sonic wave technology or something. I don't know what the fuck it would be.
Yeah.
Or maybe some weird, like maybe they're all some kind of words that do stuff. Who the hell knows? You know? I mean, maybe they got. I don't know. I think that if you look at the fucking pyramid, you gotta go. That's pretty fucking neat. What the hell did they do? I mean, there's some of the stones that are like hundreds of fucking tons, and they're just like on other 100-ton stones in kind of precarious spots, and you're like, how the fuck would you get that in there?
Yeah, and then just thinking who figured out that you could do this. Like, who figured out you could use some fucking, you know, pieces of wood or whatever to roll this and that, you know, and then just, you know, or lift this with it. Like when did they like figure? And then like, I'm sure you figured out the lever and all that shit and things like that. But then to figure out that you could scale this thing up to lift fucking things that are hundreds of tons with nothing, you know, it's like, geez, man. And then you got these guys fucking building these crazy ass these pyramids that had to be cut just perfect and like you said, laid in there and lined up and, you know, not fucking lopsided and stuff. I mean, if you look at them, they're pretty fucking straight even now. And I think they had like a covering over the outside of them before. Like
They did, yeah. And according to the stuff I've heard, we're basically like in a quarter of an inch. All the edges of it and everything are all like. Do you have any idea how hard it would be to do that? Like, there's like thousands of stones. I can't remember the number. Somebody has, I'm sure, has counted, but there's a lot of stones. Getting each one of those, and it's not like, you know, they're doing the old, well, okay, the next stone we got to add 1/8 of an inch. They're all the same.
yeah,
Which is like, first of all, how the fuck with that kind of stone are you gonna pick it up with something else and not have it ding up the stone?
yeah,
Like, how the fuck do you do that? That's why I'm like, it must have been magic or space aliens or something. I mean, I don't know what the hell it was. Maybe it's some kind of super strong Bigfoot. I don't know, but holy shit. There's like other stuff that not the Egyptians, but the Aztecs did, where they have all these big ass stones and they look like they were all melted and then like stacked on top of each other melt. It's mind-boggling. It's like, how the fuck would you even make this? Like I said, I don't have any idea, but it looks cool, and I'm glad somebody did it.
yeah.
You know, I was watching some show, and this guy goes, "Yeah, we were trying to see if we could build like a smaller scale one somewhere," and contractors were like, "We can't do that. How the fuck nobody knows how to do that." I mean, I guess. You know, I guess that's why, you know, whenever the dictatorship rolls out, we got to try and talk them into doing this so we can see what happens when you put a gun to somebody's head. It's like, hey, do this or else. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah.
Be a lot of dead people, probably just like back then. So, holy shit. I mean, it's pretty neat though that they managed to do that. Like that, the fact that they lasted that long.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, all
ridiculous.
of our building. If every human being in the world, like let's say Thanos, instead of getting rid of half of us, just got rid of everyone. In 200 years, you wouldn't even be able to tell we were here, except for the pyramids.
Yeah.
Which is like, what?
The Great Wall would probably
Could
still
you
be
imagine
there.
that? What's that?
The Great Wall would probably still be there, at least some parts of it.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of stone to get rid of. So aliens would show up and there'd be like a broken down castle somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably at least some I-beams left somewhere, and then the pyramids, and they'd be like, "What the fuck happened here?" Oh fuck! Looks like Pyramid Dave was here back in the day. Well, let's
Pyramid
see what
Dave.
year that was. Yeah,
He just loves pyramids, that motherfucker.
yeah.
At least he didn't get
That one-
Sphere Jeff. It's ridiculous how much those things just roll around everywhere. It's hard to fucking keep them stable.
Yeah.
King George was 280 pounds at his heaviest, and I can't find out how tall he was, but he had like a 50-inch waist. So,
Whoa, he's fatter than me.
yeah.
So he wasn't very tall.
No, I'm thinking he wasn't very tall. I just can't find his height anywhere.
Yeah, because I think I can wear. Now I don't like to, but I can wear a size 38 pant, and I'm about 260 pounds. So, is that measured in inches? Does anybody know?
I think so.
So, I mean, I like to wear 40s because then I have a little room.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to wear a pant that's your actual like measurement because that shit sucks.
No, it's hard
Then
to
it's
move
like you
around.
sit down and tries to blow your guts out.
It's a part of you.
Yeah.
Just merges into you.
Oh yeah, that's what it feels like. Oh. Yeah, so the what was I gonna say? So yeah, how the could you imagine? Well, could we all like this is something to think about. Let's say back in the day they had like some kind of way to raise dead people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some shithead king would be like, no, 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 this is just reserved for me. All of you pieces of shit can't do that,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like Leonardo da Vinci could have been brought back to life, and then right now we'd have to listen to him have all of his racist stuff to say against Germans or whatever the fuck. And then, but he'd still be like inventing stuff,
Yeah.
you know? That wouldn't that be weird though to see him like over there helping Elon Musk do things?
It'd have to be like you bring somebody like that, but then there's like some kind of thing you could just download into their brain so they know all the information they need now, so they don't have to relearn new shit. They'll have all the the methods that they came about to invent things, but they won't know the new technologies and things like that. So they need to know how all that stuff works so they can help make new stuff instead of like iterating on something that's already there, or like trying to take apart something so they can learn how it worked and stuff. So there has to be something there that they can, so we give them the knowledge of this, what we have now, and then let them work on new shit because, they'd be coming up with some crazy shit, I imagine.
Well, like what I meant, like Leonardo just never died. Like he died, and then somebody necromancered him to be able to live forever, and he was like with the human race since then.
Yeah.
There's probably like some really sharp people that the guy probably fucked up. He probably like fucked up dead bodies or something. I mean, he did a lot of like late night. I think who had all like the manuscripts of the human body and the arteries and shit from like having somebody dig up dead people.
You talking about Da Vinci? You cut out a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he had
Da
he had the
Vinci.
drawings of the whatever that guy is. What do they call that thing?
Yeah, the Frankenstein drawings.
Yeah.
It's not what it is, but yeah, you know what I mean. I think that was, anyways. So that'd be nuts. Like you see a guy like that, like all the greats still around. Like you could wonder how fucked up they'd get.
Yeah.
What would be nuts is you get like some hard-headed dickhead who, like for instance, everybody thinks that like, oh my God, Edison was like the bomb.
Yeah.
But he stole a lot of his patents and other stuff from people working for him, and then he was just a giant dickhead.
Yep.
So, like, everybody, oh yeah, let's keep Edison from that guy'd be fucking. He would be the owner of Elon Musk's stuff right now.
Yeah, I think it comes down to a lot of like somebody who he was good at business and seeing an idea and then like taking it for himself, especially when you're at a patent office and you just like go, oh, this is a good idea, mine. So
yeah. Well, and then you could have like we could have Nikola Tesla running around, talking about, hey, I'm gonna marry this bird, and then there's a death ray. Aliens are talking to me.
The fucking
Fuck,
death
you never
ray.
know. Well, I mean, he actually helped invent some of the radio stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, his whole idea of like the wireless power and things like that, things like all that shit is crazy, like way before his time on that stuff. So
I actually at this point think a time traveler went back in time and nuked his ass, because if Nikola Tesla's power stuff would have been allowed to function, they never would have been able to get transistors off the ground.
Yeah.
They would have just exploded because, they'd be getting the power radiation.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that stuff is. There's like some kind of a force that doesn't seem to, I mean, you never know. It might be giving people cancer too. Who the hell knows? So that might have been a good thing, but he did have like some stuff where, you could power things like a car from like 30 miles away.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of nice. Like, just have a big generator somewhere. Like, for instance, at that point, you could have a bunch of towers, and then have like a big nuclear generator. Well, I mean, those guys would have been helpful with like World War II. We'd be like flying around with. I mean, I guess he had some kind of like a lightning death ray that he had made, but then wouldn't sell to the government. Uh-oh, I think Booger Man smushed his finger with the.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that kid. That sucks. I used to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Learning how to operate your fingers is a pain in the ass. Oh, dude, could you imagine like what if the Mummy wasn't a piece of shit?
He's like a good dude.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he could use his magic to like heal people and shit. So
Well, I mean, it's like in some places he could use his plagues to like feed people.
We're just gonna give you a bunch of locusts, munch down, guys, or are we getting the frogs?
Yeah, or rats.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're at Burning Man, and all of a sudden all the frogs show up, and everybody's like, "Bro, you couldn't have done toads." And he's like, "Oh yeah, hold on."
Just a bunch of fucking hallucinogenic toads.
On the news, like, well, Burning Man is canceled. All Burning Man people died from a toad overdose, except for one vendor. Burrito Pete made it.
Is Burrito Pete gonna be Imhotep? He's just like dressed up as this Burrito Pete guy handing out hot dogs or burrito. Why would he hand out hot dogs if he was Burrito Pete? He's Burrito Pete, but he actually runs a hot dog stand. It's weird. He's also handing out toads.
Something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Imhotep shows up. He's like, yeah, hell yeah, man, toads. Everybody has a great time. They all die, and he's like, ooh, my bad. Too strong a frog, hallucinogens.
We'll just bring them all back, guys. Don't worry about it.
Burrito Pete's like, I am not touching the fucking frogs this time. Okay, I got high last time. I about lost my mind. We're not doing that. Do you guys want a burrito? And then he's pissed off, like, hey, buddy, you fucking destroy. I moved my truck out here, and the second day, here you show up and fucking ruin it. Damn it, you idiot.
I'm going to make a killing out of you, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Can you help me collect all their wallets? Imhotep's like, I don't do that kind of shit.
I'm going to steal from these people.
Jeez. That'd be nuts, though. See some guy like, that'd be kind of a cool superhero. Because, like, he can turn into, like, sand and, I mean, his weakness is his cats, though.
Yeah.
So.
But that's only before he's resurrected completely, so.
Oh, that's right.
Once he's whole, cats aren't going to do shit, so. He's going to eat those fuckers.
He's just every day like a cat steak.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of him. One cat at a time.
It's like chicken fried cat, because you can't get actually make a steak out of a cat. So it's just got chicken fried cat. And they're like, the news media is on to him. They're like, are you eating cats? And he's like, we've been eating cats for years. Why do you think they're domesticated? I'm a fucking, don't be over here telling me how to live my life. He just looked at the news. Do you want to take about 10 years off? I can take 10 years off the top for you. You're going to look 50 right now. She's like, I don't look forward to from Ryan. Second.
Oh, man. Let's see.
He's like, you know what? You're 28 then.
Okay.
I don't think that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. The movie is like, I think they did a good job of it, and I like the humor, and I think all the parts were well together. Like, there wasn't any annoying stuff. Like, what if?
Yeah, I think the cast works well together. I remember the brother from this thing. Is he in anything else that I can fucking remember? Because I don't remember him in anything else. Is he some asshole? I'm sure in something else.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Is he Littlefinger in Game of Thrones?
No.
Is he Littlefinger's dad?
I don't think he's in Game of Thrones at all. Doesn't look like it. He's in Agents of
should be.
Shield.
Who the fuck is he in that?
Holden Radcliffe. I don't think he had a big part. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, I was really hoping his name would be Holden Farts.
Holden Farts, huh? He was in Spartacus. And
Wait, as a kid?
no, Spartacus, the the 2010 TV show.
Oh, he was in the new Overboard.
Was he?
Yeah. I don't remember him in anything.
Probably because your wife was going the whole time. This movie sucks.
Yeah, he was in a movie called The Wee Man in 2013.
I don't think I ever watched that.
Spartacus was a TV series.
That's what I said.
Oh, I see. I was like, I thought you were talking about the movie with that one guy who's always yelling about guns on the TV.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah, that guy.
No, I said the TV series Spartacus.
Well, I was tuned out at that point.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
doing the best I can.
Yeah. You know, I feel like Brendan Fraser got a lot of shit after, like, I think the Mummy Returns or whatever, or maybe he was in the Dragon Emperor too, so. But like, he was still working the whole time. He's just like a movie a year or something like that. They weren't great or anything. I think a lot of them look like they're kids movies and things like that. But he was on TV shows and stuff, so. You know, he wasn't doing anything amazing, but I feel like I always hear like he just dropped off the face, and I'm like, no, I mean, he was still doing stuff. He was still acting and shit. He wasn't.
He had like real health problems with one of his kids or something.
He very well may have, but he was still working the whole time. So, like, I'm seeing like at least a project a year, from when the first Mummy came out. So. He just wasn't doing very, you know, at least stuff that I've seen. I haven't, you know, a lot, like I've never seen Trust or Condor. Like he was on these TV shows. So he was great in Scrubs. That was kind of right after. What was that? That was 2004, 2002, 2004. So, but then he was in that Looney Tunes Back in Action one, which wasn't good. I think that movie was. I think that one was supposed to be another Space Jam, and they decided to pivot on that and make it whatever the fuck that movie came out to be. So,
I'm reading his IMDb stuff, and he was considered for the role of Dr. Reed Richards, and he turned down being Inspector Gadget to be George of the Jungle.
Yeah. Either one would have been. I think it would have ended the same way. I don't think that would have boosted his career at any time or any point or at all, because both of those movies weren't very good. So,
and then well, Inspector Gadget, I think he might have actually been better as Inspector Gadget, because Matthew Broderick he just comes off like a psycho.
Yeah,
like Matthew Broderick should play Sherlock Holmes's arch nemesis.
Moriarty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's smart and he's a fucking psycho. And
I can see that.
He just seems like a psycho now. You know, it seems like he maybe hit one too many people with his car.
Oh man.
Well, you do know Matthew Broderick actually like killed some people with his car when he was drunk.
Yeah, I think we talked about this when we were talking about
Ferris
Bueller. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
I mean,
feel
you
like
look at
we
him
were-
in Ferris Bueller, and he's got like, a lot of zazz to him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you look at him in anything after that, and it's like, what the hell happened to him?
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody sucked the soul out of him. You know,
He sold his soul, you know, for some success, and then Just that's what a soulless person looks like. He's just not a ginger.
Oh yeah, well, that's true. Well, I like I like Brendan Fraser a lot as Robot Man.
Yeah, does a great job. I
He
think
does a good job.
I think that show does a good job of just being like a bunch of fuck ups that
Hi, Mama.
aren't very good at what they do, but they're out there trying. So compared to like watching Titans, where it's a bunch of heroes that seem to know what they're doing, even though still stuff still gets fucked up because it's a way darker world than what you see in a lot of the other things. So,
Fucking what's it called? The Robot Man.
yeah, that's fucking man.
That's a dark like the shit that he gets up to.
Yeah,
That like how Robot Man came into existence, and then stuff the guy does to get him to work, and then so like at one point Edward shows up and he's like maybe created and all of his stuff.
Mine.
No.
Mine.
I'm not getting most of what you're saying.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Doing that.
Oh, did we lose Steve too?
no, I'm here. Sorry, I was
Okay.
reading. I was trying to find
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoy that show. It's good. It's done well. The characters kind of work together well. I think I just watched one with some magic shit, and I'm like, man, they could throw in that Matt guy, that his Constantine in there, and have him hang out with that fucking, I don't even remember what the fuck the other magic guy was. I was kind of hoping that. What was that?
The little bee guy.
Yeah. I was hoping that they didn't, because I was like, oh man, is this their world's Constantine? I was like, oh, don't make him that, But it wasn't. But he's basically the same thing, Does the same kind of magic. Kind of an asshole all the time. So drunk constantly. That's Constantine for you.
Well, I think they end up seeing like some dark stuff.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just watched what was it, fucking Demon City or something like that, the animated thing, and some fucked up stuff in that. So
Yeah.
we need another one of those
Yeah,
movies.
that's
I think they were talking about another. I know I saw something about Keanu Reeves Constantine movie again. I'm like, I'd be all right with it, but I think there's better Constantines.
Keanu Reeves Ghost Rider movie.
I saw that thing too, and that would be cool if that happened.
That would be.
I think that would fit
awesome.
really
He
well.
would make it great. Yeah, that would be like Ghost Rider would be a lot more of a likable character.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I know they've been like, there's been talks of him joining the MCU for a long time. So it would be kind of cool to see him show up in something. Like if we see him in the, I doubt we're going to see him in the new, Doctor Strange movie, but that he would fit in those kinds of movies, the Doctor Strange or like a Scarlet Witch kind of scenario, with magic and all that shit. So. But,
Yeah.
all right. What rating did you guys give this?
I give this movie 4 stars.
I think I give it like 3.5.
Okay. And I'm also going to give it 4 stars. Next week's movie is Kelly's Choice. What are you going to choose?
Well, I wanted to find some kind of movie that was like back to school, something or other, But majority of the back to school movies or school movies in general are kind of girl chick flicks. So I narrowed it down to School of Rock.
Okay.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah,
That's
I like that
not your
movie.
typical school, but Jack Black's in it. So.
Yeah. Jack Black is great. I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right. So next week we'll watch School of Rock. That's going to be it, though. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Productions, twitch.tv/TurgetPlays, and youtube.com/Heroic Productions. Follow us on Twitter @HAP Gaming. Follow me on Twitter @Turgadur. Follow Eric
On Twitter @Quick and Severe.
Follow Kelly
On Instagram @Muffins08 and TikTok @Mama.Muffins.
You can follow Ricky on Immigrant Lucy92 and Jason on Twitter @Unbelievable1. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky @HAPgaming.com. Each one of those names individually @HAPgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Productions and twitch.tv/TurgatorPlays. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Join us next Tuesday, Wednesday as we play some video games. Around 7 or so o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Just follow all the all the stuff, and you'll see us there. That's gonna be it, though. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.